Super duper doo, how are you? What do you do if everybody doesn't like you? Is it possible that the whole world, 7.5 billion people or whatever it is, and I don't know who counts, is it possible that everybody can like you? Better question, are you going to like everybody else? If there's billions of people in the world, is it possible that there are some people that you disagree with, you don't get on with, you don't respect, you don't like, you don't want to hang out with? So why would you want everybody to hang out with you? Why would you want everybody to like you? Why is it important if people don't like you? And I think it's a really great question. It's been suggested that if everybody likes you, then you may not be somebody who is being your authentic self. Because if you have core values, if you have beliefs, if you have opinions, there are going to be people that disagree with you or people that don't like you. And does that matter? Is it possible that you become a mature, I like being mature, I'm an old lady, but is it possible that you become a mature, wise adult when you stop caring what other people think? And here's a great question. Have you ever not done something or done something because you wanted other people to like you? We call it peer group pressure, or we used to. I have to do that because everybody else is doing that, or I don't want to do that because nobody else is doing it. And if I do it, people might tease me, bully me, pick on me, say nasty things about me. And now we've got social media. And isn't that interesting? It seems so important that people literally like you. Press the like button. How many times have you heard that? And why do we need this constant approval of other people? Why do we need other people to say, I like you, I think you're a great person, you're awesome? The reverse of that, is it possible that if we don't get that, it will affect our mental health, our self-esteem, our self-confidence? And I'll just use a simple example because, as I shared, I've been on the planet a long time. I used to teach group exercise. 23 years I taught large numbers of people in a room how to run around, jump around, get fit, get healthy in a group. And I loved it. There was a time in my life where because I taught group exercise in the 80s when it was very, very popular, and I had classes with 100, sometimes 200 people. And they would come to my class and say that they loved it. But if one person said, I didn't like that class, or they wrote a comment in the feedback box, there was no social media back then, so if you wanted to make a comment, you actually had to write it and put it somewhere, or go to somebody's face. Now, that people still didn't do that. People are very nervous and scared and non-confrontational, aren't they? I don't want to say, I'm very happy to write something nasty on social media. I'm happy to write something nasty, put it in a box and hope the person doesn't know that it was me that wrote it. But very few people are prepared to come to your face and say, I don't like you. But as a group exercise instructor, it was interesting because every so often there'd be somebody that would say, I didn't like Rowie's class, or I'm not coming back to the gym because I didn't like Rowie's class. And it was funny because 99 people could say, I love the class, but the one person that didn't would affect your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your mental health. Why do we always look on the dark side, the negative side, rather than the positive side? I'll give you another example. We were watching a movie just recently, and a paramedic said that there had been a car accident and 3 people had been injured and 2 of them died, and he felt really sad that they died. And his partner said something really, because I love positivity. Her response was, yes, but you saved someone. You saved one of those people. Not 2 died, but you saved someone. And I'm wondering why we focus on the negative, we focus on the criticism, we focus on the people that don't like us, we focus on trying to get everybody to like us, versus just be you. And I don't like this because it's a bit of a trendy term, but be your authentic self. Who are you? What do you stand for? What are your core values? What do you believe in? What would you die for? And then stand for it. Now, there are some athletes, for example, and I'm in a room full of elite athletes, who have been hated by the rest of the world, hated, abused. There are athletes now that whole stadiums of people boo for them. There's referees in games where whole countries are angry at them and send them death threats. And isn't it interesting that there are some people that get affected by those horrible, nasty, terrible comments and people booing, and other people, it seems like it drives them forward. There are some elite athletes, the louder the crowd boos for them, the better they play. The angrier the crowd gets at them, the more effort the athlete puts in. It's like they're driven by, I'll prove you wrong, or I will prove that I don't care what you think. And perhaps that is a really good weapon, a mechanism, a strategy for dealing with life. If people don't like you, could that be a reason that's, and I'll use a better or a more interesting example. Why would you change who you are to suit other people? Isn't that compromising yourself? And that's why I'm asking, if you be yourself, your authentic, real, unique self, and you like who you are, who cares if other people don't like you? And maybe that's the driving force for the athletes. It's, I'm good at my sport. I know how to play my sport. I'm at the top level of my sport. What you think of me doesn't matter, but you telling me that I'm not good is a driving force for me to get even better. And whatever you use to make sure that you can live your life to the max, whatever weapon you need, whatever strategy, whatever tool, whatever it is that you need to be able to wake up every day and say, I love my life, I love who I am, I respect myself, I'm proud of myself, and what other people think of me is none of my business. It's one of my favourite concepts in life. What other people think of me is none of my business, because they have the right to have their opinion. I can't change their opinion, but I don't want to change me to suit other people's opinion. Would that be fair? Why would you change who you are to be what somebody else wants you to be? A, you're not being yourself, but they're not even getting you, because that's not the real you. So whether somebody likes you or not, surely it doesn't matter. How about love who you are? And here's the ultimate way to live your life, or the ultimate question to ask. What's the point of millions of people loving me if I hate me? And what's the point of me loving me, everybody hates me? I love that. That point is really exciting, because if I love who I am, if I'm being who I am, if I'm being my unique individual self, and other people don't like me, I don't care. Isn't that a gorgeous point? Maybe that's a good point to share with yourself on a regular basis. I like who I am, I respect myself, and if other people don't like me, who cares? So better that the world hate me and I love myself than me hate me and the rest of the world loves me. Because there's never going to be everybody loving you. There's always going to be people that don't like you. And I'll ask that question again. That's fair, isn't it? Because you don't like everybody. If you want everybody to like you, ask yourself the question, do I like everybody else? Do I want any of those people that don't like me? Would I want them in my life? And if the answer is yes, why? If somebody doesn't like you, doesn't like what you stand for, doesn't like who you are as a person, why would you invite them into your life? It seems a really odd thing to do. So whether somebody likes you or not is irrelevant. It's whether you like who you are. And here's a great question. Are you the person that you love, that you respect, that you like hanging out with, that you want to spend the rest of your life with? Because you do actually have to spend the rest of your life with you. So be the person that you love, so that you can live your life every single day to the max, regardless of whether other people like you. And why not just sing like I do? You don't have to sing, but I love it. And if people don't like that I sing, I don't care either. And it just goes like this. Super-duper-doo, how are you? I love my life because I like who I am and I live my life to the max. Woo!